Check. Okay. All right, make sure we got a red button.
Yep.
Go.
Yep.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tommy Bryant along with Miles Poole. Down on the sidelines is Jesse Tate. Up in the press box, we got young Landon Bryant on the camera for you. Pinch hitting for Ron Freeman and Coach Roger in the background. He'll be with us at halftime. And we may have a special guest we'll talk to after Coach Bryant gives us an analysis of the first half. Miles, this is a lot of times we have a boxing analogy. This is another one of those Ali versus Frazier football games because the Bulldogs going to use a lot of finesse and quickness out on the field, and Northmore comes in here, a juggernaut of a tight power team and a power in a wing T formation, ankle to ankle, wedging down the field.
Yeah, they're going to want to keep that offense on the field. That's their game plan, and they are not going to be real flashy, not a lot of big plays. So very two contrasting styles. Be interesting to see how this one plays out. We know in the past a lot of teams have had trouble. We've seen Central Davidson over the years with that style of football, and we'll see how Thomasville can adjust because they played no one like that so far this year.
Well, we got the captains on the field, and I got to think that both teams will take the ball if they win the toss. Northmore would like to keep that ball away from the Bulldogs. They don't want to get behind and have to put the ball in the air because that's not what they do.
Yep.
The Bulldogs can put it in there and they can hit the edge. We'll see. It's going to be waiting on the official. I believe the Bulldogs will receive. And I was talking to Coach Travis Leonard just a little while ago, and he told me that they would take the ball, Thomasville, if they receive, and they expect Northmore to do the same.
Well, Thomasville trying to get back in the win column. They lost last time out Western Guilford in a good ball game, 28-14. That was 2 weeks ago. They had last week off, so they're coming into this game. They've been able to heal some of those bumps and bruises from earlier in the season, and they've got Denarius Gibson back, who is obviously a game breaker. I saw him in warm-ups, but they are without Caden Lucas tonight, I believe.
Well, Thomasville coached by Coach George, and of course Northmore comes in with Coach Andrew Caruth, and he'll definitely try to slow this Thomasville team down. I'm telling you, Thomasville fields some of the best skilled athletes in the state in all classifications. They put some quickness on the field. A 1-3 record, but man, do they have athletes on this field.
Yeah, better than a 1-3 record. Northmore coming in here 3-2, and they're on a 2-game winning streak. Both teams a week out of conference play, and they want to get a winning streak going as they head into conference play next week. This should be a good ball game.
Yeah, and this is, I don't believe this is conference game.
No, this is their both teams' last non-conference game.
Yeah, kind of unusual to catch one in the middle of the season.
Yes.
Yep. But we've got a new realignment.
Well, I wasn't disappointed in the pregame dog. So the first dog is down for the game, and it was a good one.
Yeah, you got that right. kick off from left to right to wear their green helmet, pants, and green numbers. Kelly green, if you will. Thomasville dressed out in solid red with white numbers and a white block T on the side of that helmet. Back in the day, the Bulldogs wore a Bulldog decal on the side of that helmet. All right, the Bulldogs sitting back deep. Let's see if we can get those numbers, Miles. Let's see.
Looks like Dante Smith, number 9, is one of them, Tommy, and Quentin Brunson back deep.
But just a short kick. Up back, catches it at the 35, and he's dropped it to 36. The guy coming up making the stop was Trace Shaw, a 5'11 senior. We don't have any heights or weights on the Thomasville roster.
With the explosive speed, the big play capability for Thomasville, that kickoff right there is probably not a bad strategy, I think, for the Mustangs.
Denarius Gibson is back on the field now playing after a game off. He's a senior, and he can light it up, Miles. If he gets on the edge, kiss him goodbye. He's no catching him. So Northmore really have their hands full and trying to stop this Thomasville team on the perimeter. And they'll work out of a wing T formation with one setback, and that'll be Gibson. And it's going to be Gibson straight up the middle, and he gets a couple yards off the right side. He was hit initially, Miles, but is able to slide for about 2 yards.
Yeah, Jaden Hussey finally able to bring him down for the Mustangs, but he did get some positive yardage with that second effort.
We're going to sit right there. Right there.
Well, the Bulldogs in the game against West Guilford gave up a touchdown due to the fact they only had 10 people on the field. And hopefully we won't see that mistake again. And we've got maybe a false start.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. So Thomasville will lose 5 on that one.
All right, Miles, who we got at quarterback? I'm trying to find him. Is it number 7? No?
It looks like, Tommy, that it's going to be Brunson back there, number 1.
Okay.
No, actually, it could be Leith, number 17.
Number
Sorry
17.
about that. Yep.
Yeah, that's 17.
Yes, I read Leith, yeah. It's Leith. Now, Caden Lucas will not play tonight. Leith barking out the signals. One setback. Back to pass. He fires at his man wide open, complete. Getting to the near sidelines. One man to beat. He stutter steps, gets inside the 20, 10, 5. Finally out about the 2-yard line goes Quentin Brunson. Just a little flat pass.
A flat pass, and you get Thomasville's athleticism and speed out in the open. I tell you, Brunson made a couple nice moves, got away from a couple of tacklers. Nick Dyer was able to finally drag him down, but not before he got inside the 10-yard line. Big pickup for Thomasville.
Well, I tell you, if more plays like that, we might have a running clock ahead. Northmore not being able to keep up with that quickness. And Brunson was uncovered.
Nice
Lethal handed off to Gibson, straight off the left side, and he's into the end zone, Miles. It was hit right at the goal line and bubbled to the outside and was able to get in. Thomas was on the scoreboard.
7 yards out. That's a quick scoring drive, Tommy, for the Bulldogs. Less than 2 minutes and they're on the board.
It looks like the Bulldogs going to a muddle huddle, and they're going to go for 2, and it's not going to work.
Yeah, they tried the little shuttle pass over, a little flip to Brunson, and he couldn't get in.
Yeah, Brunson was hit right at the goal line. So the Bulldogs are on the board, 10-10 to go in the first quarter, 6-0. Well, I hope you're enjoying this game on YouTube, Facebook, and all across the world, actually. We'll have the video version of this available for you over the weekend. It's good to hear the fight song being played after a touchdown.
It is.
Let's go down to Jesse Tate. Jess?
Yeah, Tommy Miles, that was a good job by that receiver keying that block for that long run down the sideline. And like I say, got to see that speed of Thomasville go down. He slowed down and kicked that other gear in. But on the mother huddle, and they got the team shifted like that. As soon as that back get that ball, he going to hit that hole hard. He can't sit there and dance.
Yeah, the coaches at North Moore did a good job having their team prepared for that muddle huddle. The Bulldogs tee it up. And we're set to go. It's going to be fielded by an up back at the 22, out across the 30. Still on his feet, and finally can be stacked up at the 35-yard line.
That was Striker Murray on the return for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Murray's a 5'10" junior. We do have the heights in the class of Northmore, but we don't have the weights for them. Quarterback will be Brody Atkinson. And they run a kind of a bundled up, tight wing T formation. And this is what they like to do, Miles. And they're going to get 11 yards off the first carry. And that is Micah Morrison on the carry, 5'8" sophomore. And this is what they do. They're like Central Davidson. They're ankle to ankle, and the running back is right on the hip of the quarterback. And you can't be soft up the middle. Now, Thomasville's wadding up their defense. They hand it off to the big guy. That's Joseph Dunn, 6-foot senior. And Miles, he picks up about 8 yards.
Yeah, so first play they get 11. This play they get 5, 6.
Well, they're still moving it.
Yeah.
About 6. The ball's at the 48-yard line of the Bulldogs. 2nd and 4. Working left to right. Atkins bunches them up, toss it back to that wing back, and Miles, he bulls his way, talking about Morrison, all the way out to the 35-yard line. That's a first down for Northmore.
Well, I tell you, Northmore looks good 3 plays in. We got a Bulldog that's a little bit shaken up. I think that might be Dante Smith, number 9, and he might have to come out of the ballgame. Let's see.
Yeah, it looks like he hurt his hand or wrist. We'll have Jesse checking on that.
Yeah,
now there's timeout while he's being attended to, and that give me a chance to say a few words about Thomasville Family Pharmacy, 1116 Lexington Avenue, Thomasville. Also 800 East Center Street in Lexington, 458 Center Street in Lexington. Hours Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, 9 to 1 on Saturday. And longtime Bulldog supporter and alumni Stephen Kuntz is the pharmacist. That's where you're going to go to get your meds. Convenient locations, low prices, quick service. Most insurance plans accepted, and they treat you like family. Northmore widening up again. It's almost like a rugby scrum. And they hand it off this time, Miles, to Murray, Striker Murray, a 5'10" junior. They faked it to Morrison. A little trickery in the backfield. That's 5 yards.
Yeah, it is, and you gotta play your assignment. I mean, you can't. give up 5 yards a carry. So far, the Mustangs look pretty good on offense, don't they?
Yeah. This time they had it straight up the middle, and Bulldogs do a better job stacking it up on the inside.
Going to be a little short of that first, isn't it?
Yes, 3rd and 1. Might be a quarterback sneak, or I believe you're probably going to see Joseph Dunn, number 33 on your screen, 6-foot senior. I think he'll probably get the call. He's a guy right behind the quarterback. He's about a half a yard. No. They give it to number 22. They give it to Morrison.
I don't think he got enough.
Surprised me.
They're going to say he got enough for the first, just barely. I thought Thomasville might have had him stop there.
I look to see one of these guys bounce it to the outside, Miles, because Thomasville's starting to really get in those gaps.
We haven't seen that yet, have we?
No. And if you do, it'll probably be number 22 bouncing.
Yeah, I think Morrison's probably the featured guy, but they're spreading it around pretty good.
Morrison, no, it's quarterback sneak. He will, like he's going to give it to Morrison. Still on his feet, Miles. Bull's all his way down to the 5-yard line. Just would not go down.
And, I know the trickery is deception is part of this, and it looked like that almost was a busted play. It looked like Exon had trouble with the snap and just kind of did a spin move and went up the line, but I think that was designed that way.
Now, Thomasville's, I believe, is called timeout with the ball at the 4-yard line.
Yeah, it's at the 9. It's inside the 10.
It's going to be 1st and goal for Northmore. And right now, if you look at both teams, they've been successful offensively. Thomasville with the quickness in the pass.
Yeah.
And Northmore's been moving this ball down at will.
Yep.
Now they're 4 yards from pay dirt.
So both teams doing what they want to do and they're good at on offense. So it's really going to see whose defense is going to step up.
7:07 on the clock. Any surprises, Jess? But Jess is down on the sideline.
Yeah, Tom Miles. The Mustangs sort of dominating the defensive Thomasville line. They're going to have to figure something out because they coming off the ball hard and they driving before the whistle blow, but they doing a good job. We're going to have to figure something out.
Well, it's going to be 1st and goal at the 4-yard line of the Bulldogs. Atkinson up under center now. Hands it off to the first back through, and he's still on his feet. But he struggles, and I think he may have lost a yard.
They're going to see where the spot. They're going to say he got down to the 6.
Is it the 6? Okay, I must have. Okay, it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line. Northmore working left to right. Bulldogs dig in on defense. Wow, this was a slick play. Touchdown. They gave it to they faked it to the right wing and then gave it off to the left wing, almost like a speed sweep type play, and he sliced his way untouched into the end zone. I don't think the Bulldogs knew who had the ball.
It took me a while to figure it out, too. I thought that was a really impressive drive by the Mustangs.
Now the muddle huddle. Northmore does it to perfection. Now they're going to attempt extra point. Here's Spot. Kicks up. And it's good. 6:23 left in the first quarter. Northmore takes a 7-6 lead over the Bulldogs as we go down to Jesse Tate. Jess?
Yeah, the defense held on, but the rule of thumb, when you're playing against a team that got speed, the best way to beat them is run at them. But that time they was able to get outside because they focused on the inside run the whole drive until then. Back to you guys.
Well, I'm sure that Thomasville's will well scouted, and if they are, I wouldn't expect Northmore to kick that ball to Gibson.
No, I think you're going to see the little short kick all night long from the Mustangs, and that's probably the wise thing for them to do. Keep it out of the hands of the playmakers.
Yeah. But going back deep for the Bulldogs is Brunson, along with Dante Smith. Now, they moved Gibson up, Miles, up to about the 22-yard line.
And if they keep doing this pooch kick, I'm sure that they'll move Gibson up even further.
It's a pooch kick, almost an onside kick, and that gives the ball to the Bulldogs in good field position at the 47-yard line. That surprised me a little bit.
Yeah, I'm surprised they kicked it like that. Alex Watford, one of the defensive ends and center for Thomasville, was able to pounce on that one. But Thomasville's going to have the ball in great field position.
I got a feeling that Northmore wanted to try to recover that kick so they could try to get Thomasville playing catch up rather than them.
Yeah, they don't want to play from behind for sure.
Because Thomasville's very dangerous. Leith under center. One guy in motion, that's Brunson, hands it off to him, and he is caught after about a 2-yard gain. Came from his wide position, got back towards the center of the field, picked up 3. It's going to be 2nd and 7 at the 49-yard line of the Bulldogs, working right to left. We are being very descriptive in this presentation because it's being done live audio, but we will have a video version with audio coming up this weekend. 2 wideouts to the right side for the Bulldogs. One in motion. A toss on the speed sweep to the near side. And a good job by Northmore in stopping the Bulldogs. Tevin Johnson.
Jaden Hussey in on the stop for the Mustangs.
It'll be 3rd and 5 now for the Bulldogs. I expect to see a pass here, Miles.
Yeah, and I tell you, when we've seen Lee throw the football, he's done a pretty good job.
Yes, he has.
Of moving that ball around in the air.
Very good quarterback. He'll send twins to the wide side of the field. One in motion. Ends it off to the deep back, and he's going to be fumbling the ball. And he may have been already down. They say he was down. He's going to be 1 yard short. So it's going to be 4th and 1 for the Bulldogs.
I was going to say before that play, Thomasville probably not in 4-down territory, but I think they'll go for it here.
Yeah, this is going to be 4th and 1. Ball resting at the 45-yard line of Northmore. No doubt Thomasville is going to go for this. Here's a handoff, a quick hitter, straight up the middle. And Northmore tries to strip that ball. It's going to be a first down.
Yeah, Denarius Gibson got the call.
Well, the Bulldogs in 4-down territory now for sure. First and 10 at the 42-yard line of Northmore. 2 wideouts to the boundary, working right to left. Leith back to pass, and it's dropped. Almost a lateral.
Yeah, I was going to say that was almost a live ball. You're right.
So now it will be 2nd and 10 from the 42-yard line of Northmore with 4:01 left in the first quarter. Northmore's goal is to slow that clock down, make Thomasville work.
Yep.
Leith under center. 2 wideouts to the near side. You got to hand it on the speed sweep. And nothing doing for Jamara Jacobson, the senior. He picks up a couple yards, maybe 3. It'll be 3rd and 7 now for the Bulldogs. So far, the defense for Northmore has bent, but they haven't broke, except on that one play. And the Bulldogs having to work for it. Lee Thunder Center again. Gibson the setback. And the handoff goes to Gibson, and he's hit immediately. He hasn't been able to get out in space yet, Miles.
No, I think Northmore's done a good job up the middle and containing Thomasville. The tackle that time made by Alex Sanchez, and Thomasville will go for it here on 4th and 6?
Yeah, the guy making that tackle was Bryant Williams. So it's going to be 4th and 6 for the Bulldogs.
Well, are they going to punt it? Let's see.
I believe I don't know that I might let that ball just roll. This might be a fake. No, he's going to punt it, and they're going to let it hit.
It's a good punt.
And roll.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it is a good punt, and the Bulldogs go right down to about the 1 yard line and down it.
That's excellent punt and beautiful punt covers down there, wasn't it?
Yeah, and a good coach call on that play. Well, now we'll see if Northmore can wedge it out of the goal line. Bulldogs have a chance maybe to get a safety down there.
They sure do.
They can penetrate that line. Atkinson brings his troops to the line of scrimmage in that tight wing T formation. And they try to wedge it out. There's such a pile of bodies, I couldn't see really who got the ball, except it went up the middle somewhere.
Picked up 4 yards.
Well, that's what he wanted to do, is get it off that goal line.
Gives them a little room, doesn't it?
It'll be 2nd and 6, and that ball's setting, well, let's see, where is it setting?
It's like it's about the
5?
Yeah.
Well, somebody moved on that offensive line.
Well, it'll be a half a distance penalty there.
Yeah. What an interesting offense.
Yeah.
The one thing about the advantage the defense has is they don't have to worry about a pass.
That's true. That's true.
Just line up and
crowd that line of scrimmage, 11 in the box.
Some big guys on that offensive line, but Thomasville has some huge guys on that defensive line.
Yeah, they're not small by any stretch of the imagination, are they?
I wish we had heights and weights for Thomasville. That might be an offsides Thomasville.
Yeah, it looked like one of the linebackers pushed the nose guard, I think, and he actually fell into the offensive line. That'll be a penalty against Thomasville.
Yeah, I wonder if that was a hard count, perhaps.
Could have been. I'd love to know the height and weight of big Antonio McLaughlin, number 77. Yeah. He's a big one.
I'm going to talk to Travis Leonard and see if we can get that done. That would add a lot. 2nd and a long 4 for Northmore. They give it back to that number 22, Miles, and he's got a first down. That's Morrison. He's 5'8", sophomore, but he's quick.
Yeah, he's probably the speediest guy on the field for the Mustangs. He's one maybe that could break it.
That's first down for Northmore at the 16-yard line.
This is exactly the type of game that they wanted when they came in here.
Oh, exactly. They wanted the lead and the ball, and that's what they have right now, although it be just a 1-point lead. And here's the handoff straight up the middle, Miles, out across the 30, 35, and down close to the 40, the spot at the 39-yard line. And the Bulldogs having trouble figuring out who's got the ball.
Yeah, that was Striker Murray, very similar to the play they scored that touchdown on not too long ago. I think everybody thought that Micah Morrison had it going around the left side, and Murray got it and went right up the gut.
Interesting football. Here goes to Morrison around the left side, and he is tripped up, and he gets maybe a yard. Good defense by the Bulldogs on that play. Yeah, I'd love to know the weight and height of this number 77 coming off the field here for the Bulldogs.
He's a beast.
I'm telling you, he is huge.
He's got to be 6'3", 260, don't you think?
Oh, yes. Easy. So timeout on the field. And if a diamond engagement ring is in your future, wait until you hear what my friends at Ellis Jewelers can do for you.
Tom.
They have installed a state-of-the-art computer system that allows you to design a digital engagement ring right before your eyes. It's nothing like anything you've ever seen before. You can alter the design, change the color of the metal, add diamonds down the side of the band, or add gemstones. If you want rose gold, yellow gold, white gold, platinum, or even green gold, no problem with Ellis Jewelers. If you want to see this system in action, stop by Ellis Jewelers in Lexington and start designing your perfect engagement ring today. They even have 12 months, same as cash financing. Go see my friends Ryan, Tim, and Dee at Ellis Jewelers.
Tommy, 6'3", 305 pounds, 77.
6'3", 305 pounds is what Jesse said. So I missed the weight. I got the height right.
He's
over 300 pounds.
He's a big guy.
And there's some muscle there. He's a big, strong lad.
Well, the ball's at the 39-yard line of Northmore, 2nd and 9. And the ball goes straight up the middle across the 45 to the 46, 6-yard line, and that was Atkinson keeping it himself, quarterback keeper. So that brings up 3rd and 2. No passing for this team from Northmore. It's in-your-face football. Boy, I tell you, some of the more senior citizens love this action here.
I was going to say, it's not real flashy football, but it's effective. Been effective so far, hasn't it?
Well, Bulldogs wide up on defense. Here's a handoff to the right side, nothing doing. And
Thomasville came out with a football.
Yeah, they say he's down.
I tell you, I never heard the whistle, but he was down.
It's going to be 4th and 1, and it wouldn't surprise me to see this team go for it.
I think they're going to go for it. This is a dangerous call here for Northmore. I mean, they're in their own territory, and if they don't make it here, Thomasville's got a nice field to work with.
I think it's not too bad of a call because I know Thomasville can score from 80 or 90 yards. So what's the difference? You think you can make 2 yards, so this is going to be Sunday play right here. We haven't seen Joseph Dunn, number 33, carry it much, but we might see it here.
I'm thinking they go to that Murray, that handoff to number 1.
And they may be going to a hard count. One of the Thomasville boys jumped off, and now
Northmore jumps.
Northmore jumped off, and that will cause them to punt the ball.
I believe you were exactly right. They were trying to get the hard count.
Yep. And they hard counted themselves.
Yeah, that's right. They punched themselves.
Shot themselves on the foot. That's 4th and 7. And the ball back at the 41-yard line. They will punt it, and this is dangerous.
Boy, Gibson's back there to receive.
Yeah, it's instant touchdown.
His mouth's watering.
You got to kick it away from him if you're Northmore, or try to. And it's a pop-up. They could have went for it.
I think they're kicking it to Jesse. They're kicking that one to Jesse.
Oh, boy. Terrible punt.
Tell him I can't run no more.
Well, the Bulldogs got the ball at the 50-yard line.
And I'll be honest with you, Northmore got a favorable spot. I think that ball went out well before midfield.
It certainly did. And the team starts here in the second quarter, 9:38 to go in the first half. Bulldogs in their wing tee, and they got to throw it. And it's complete. Went to Xavier Gibson and picked up a good 6 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 4. It's time to hand up the middle. Not much doing that time. As Tevin Johnson is stopped for a little gain.
Yeah,
It'll be 3rd and about 3.
Bryant Williams smothered him in the backfield just as he got that ball.
Third and 3. This time a pistol formation. And the handoff goes to the speedy Brunson, and he is tripped up, but I believe he's got that first down.
Yeah, he fell forward to the 40. That'll be enough to move the chains.
Thomasville likes that play. They like to get their speed sweeps and get to the edge. Now they're in 4-down territory. That's a big challenge for this defense of Northmore. Twins to the near side, one split to the left. Working left to right come the Bulldogs. Here's a pass play with a man wide open, and it's Gibson for the touchdown.
Beautiful little post route, Tommy, to Dick Gibson. And again, Leaf put that ball on the money. That was a great throw by Leaf.
Perfect throw.
Perfect. That was perfect.
That's what the Bulldogs do best. They get their players out in the open, and a beautiful pass play, and no way Gibson was going to miss that one. So now Northmore have to play catch up, and the Bulldogs will have to go for 2 here. They missed the 2-point conversion before, so they'll try to make it up right here. Leith in the pistol, back to pass. He fires that man out there, and it is caught. 2-point conversion is complete, and it was good to Brunson. So with 7:49 to go, the Bulldogs take a 14-7 lead over Northmore. We'll go down to Jesse Tate. Jess?
Yeah, that was good. That was a good job. That was a good job on the coaches, because what he did was ran trips and twins out to the right and spread the team out on defense where they couldn't dominate the line. So everybody got to play heads-up football. That was a good play call by the coach. Back to you guys.
You know, Miles, the late, great Red Wilson, the coach of Duke Blue Devils and Winston-Salem Reynolds, used to say it's hard for a football team in a high school to drive the full length of a football field without turning it over or having to give it up.
Yep.
And Northmore's finding that out.
Oh, yeah.
But they'll do what they do best. Let's keep going down and hoping they can cause a turnover and get control of the game and make Thomasville catch up. But right now they're having to play catch up. It was a good call by the Thomasville coaching staff to Daenerys Gibson. Now back deep is Morrison, and Morrison gets it on the first hop out across the 20, tiptoes his way over the 30, and Miles, pretty good work by Morrison getting out to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, good return by the Mustangs, and the stop in there from Thomasville was 32, Brian Guevara. Well, here comes the ground game again.
Yeah, they switch out footballs. I don't know what the difference is in the balls, but they switched it out. And here comes that, I don't know what you call it. It's a wing tee, but it's wadded up. Now there's no setback. And this is a nifty razzle-dazzle play inside to Murray, striker Murray.
Yeah, Tommy, they handed the ball off to Morrison going around the right side, and he pitched it back inside to Murray, didn't he?
It was kind of like a inside tight reverse.
Yeah.
And we got a flag against the Bulldogs.
Personal foul against Thomasville. That'll be first for the Mustangs.
That brings the ball out. Miles, see where they spotted it, out close to midfield.
41-yard line.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a big penalty.
That was a big one. Was it 2 fouls?
I think it was just one personal foul penalty.
Well, they put it all the way down to the Thomasville 41-yard line.
Yep.
Atkinson under center. And he's going to be dropped for a loss with a blitz coming. Miles, that was Thomasville's.
Was that Jalen Smith?
Jalen Smith, a junior.
He was in the backfield, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. That's about a 4-yard loss. So now it's 2nd and 14. It's something that Northmore can't afford, is having these 2nd and longs get caught for a loss in a ground game. It looks like Thomasville jumped off sides with no flag. But that ball went up the middle. They faked it to Murray. Quarterback acted like he's going to throw it and sent it straight up the middle for a 5-yard gain. So now it's 3rd and 9. And I think Northmore's in 4-down territory.
I think they are too here, unless they lose some yardage. That was Joseph Dunn on the carry, Tommy, and he got it back all the penalty yardage plus 1.
Now you've got a shotgun formation with 2 wideouts.
That's interesting.
And it's just going to be a quarterback run, Miles, and he gets about 7 yards, 6 or 7 yards on it, so it's going to be 4th and 4.
That's the first time we've seen that formation tonight for the Mustangs.
Yeah, I thought maybe he might throw the ball.
They'll definitely go for it here.
Well, this will be their Sunday play, that's for sure. If they've got a gadget play or whatever the bread and butter play is, if they got 4 yards, if they can't make it, the Bulldogs take over. Atkinson hands it off inside, and they fumble. And I believe the Bulldogs got it, but it was not a first down anyway, so they'll take over. This is what the Bulldogs wanted. They've got the lead and a chance to make it a 2-score game, and that'd be very difficult for a team who's on the ground all the time.
Yeah, Thomasville goes up by 2 scores. Now, Northmore does get the kickoff coming out to start the second half, but it would be nice to go into the locker room up by 2 touchdowns.
5:06 left in the first half. 14-7 is your score. Leith remains the quarterback for the Bulldogs. Now, Miles, they're putting Tevin Johnson in at running back and Gibson at wideout. And what a great defensive play. I don't have a number 10 on my roster.
His jersey bunched up. It's 18. It's Jaden Hussey.
Is that Hussey?
Yep.
Made the tackle, and that's about a 5-yard loss. A little razzle-dazzle in the backfield that didn't work.
No, that might be the best defensive play of the night for Northmore so far.
It is. This Northmore's team is coached pretty well.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, they are 3-2 coming into this ball game. So.
This time Leith under center. Back to pass. He's hit, fires it, and it's almost picked off. It was intended for Gibson.
Yeah, and that was one that Leith probably shouldn't have thrown. He really threw that one up for grabs. He was under a lot of pressure, and he was just trying to get rid of it. And sometimes it's best to throw that away, but he threw that into coverage and almost got it picked.
3rd and about 15. The ball's setting on the 21-yard line, 26-yard line of the Bulldogs, working left to right. Two wideouts to the left, two to the right. Leith passes it complete. Out into the flat. And a gain of about 6 yards on the play. And the Bulldogs will have to punt it.
Northmore's going to take a timeout too, Tommy.
The timeout will come with 3:59 to go in the first half. Your score of 14-7. The Bulldogs lead it. I want to thank Murrah Transfer for what all they do to help us bring these games to you. 800-669-2928. Direct service on new furniture. That's what they specialize in. Also, S&E Thomas Funeral Homes and Cremation Services, 110 Highland Avenue, Thomasville, 336-475-1945. Compassionate, professional staff, affordable, dignified service. Full service furniture, specializing in all your funeral needs. Dorothy Ann Harper Leak, funeral service manager. Bulldogs will punt it. That's a fake. Oh my goodness. He's a fake, and
He's got it.
Gibson. He's got the first down and more down this near sidelines. And Miles, I just thought it might happen.
Well, he stepped out of bounds, Tommy, but he stepped out of bounds at the 45. He needed to get to the 43, so that's going to be a Bulldog first down. That's the speed.
They get these Bulldogs out in space. They can hurt you bad, and you have to be aware of that. And you can't go directly at them when they start going lateral, because they'll just outrun you on the edge.
Tommy, I'm getting a text from Ron Freeman that says we are off. He says he can't hear anything. No game on YouTube, just noise.
Okay, we'll reset up.
Oh.
It looks like Northmore may have recovered it. We'll see.
Yeah, it looks like that they were trying to pitch the ball in the backfield. He hit a Thomasville guy in the shoulder pad. He wasn't looking for it. It hit the turf, and Northmore pounced on it.
We'll get reset up for our broadcast. Don't have a good internet connection here. Northmore this time working out of a shotgun, Miles. It's going to be a quarterback keeper again, and he picks up maybe a yard or two, and that's about all.
Oh, he was hammered. Brunson stopped him, and C. Nelson finished him off. Got to bend him in half.
So it's going to be a 1 yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the 40-yard line. They had that first back through, and that's the big guy, Miles Dunn, Joseph Dunn, a 6-foot senior. So it's going to be 3rd and 5 now. Northmore in 4-down territory.
4-down territory, but I tell you, the clock's going to be an enemy for them with 2:30 and ticking left to go in the half.
Bulldogs defense holding up here in the second quarter so far. This time, some nifty inside action. And on the carry is going to be Murray again. Striker Murray. Miles is just they fake the two backs and give it to a third one.
Yeah. You got to be disciplined. I mean, you can't follow the ball.
It's almost the old crossbuck action.
Yes.
Except out of a wing tee. They come back in there. It's hard to tell who's going to get the ball. This time it's number 22 again, Murray. And he's down to the 20-yard line. Miles, his running style reminds me, if you'll remember back when we went to Maiden. It was so cold and we had to sit at a table on the sidelines to do the game.
I remember that.
Maiden had a running back that was herky-jerky motion.
Yep,
you remember that?
Sure was. Yep.
His shoulder pads shaking. It's kind of the same action this guy does. A gain of about 8 yards. That's going to be 2nd and 2 from the 20-yard line of the Bulldogs.
North Moore's taking a lot of time to get plays off, though.
Atkinson rolling to his right. He's going to pass. Has a man wide open. Touchdown. North Moore. Striker Murray, a 5'10" junior, was all alone.
Well, Tommy, that fooled everybody. Nobody expecting pass from a team that pretty much runs the ball every play, but Atkinson just stepped back and hit Murray in the secondary wide open for a 23-yard touchdown.
Now you got the muddle huddle. They shift back over. They're going to line up and kick the attempt the extra point. It'll be Juarez. Rico Juarez. And it's no good. So 1:06 to go in the half. Bulldogs still lead 14-13, but we got a ball game.
We got a ball game. The Mustangs get the ball coming out in the second half. This was interesting.
On the camera for you is our own Landon Bryant. That's Coach Rogers' grandson, my nephew. So the Bulldogs should kick it. North Moore kicks off the Bulldogs. Now let's see if he squib kick it or what to do with it.
I was going to ask Jesse on that pass play. Jesse, were you thinking pass down there, or did he catch you off guard too?
It caught me off guard. I thought they was going up the middle because, I mean, their offensive line doing a good job. It shocked me, but when Thomasville had that last drive for the series, they ran a double reverse backed up on their side, and that was sort of dangerous.
Well, the ball's taken off the left side and up to the 39-yard line. Come the Bulldogs, and that's where they'll take over 1st and 10.
Well, there's only 58 seconds left to go in this second quarter, but Thomasville doesn't need a lot of time. I mean, they're a big play team. They can score one play. Do you go back to the post to Gibson?
This is the first quarter, Miles.
It's the first quarter? I thought we were already toward the half. I had my mind on that Cushwad dog.
Yeah, I think here's a pass in the flat, complete. And Miles, that's down to Nelson, a sophomore, out to the midfield. It can't be. This has got to be the second quarter, Miles.
I think it is. I just don't think the scoreboard doesn't show it.
Yeah. Leith, back to pass. He fires across the middle, and it's incomplete. Good defense.
He was looking for Gibson, Tommy, but it was good defense by Shaw. Hit him just as that ball came in there. There are flags in the backfield, and I don't know if that is not going to be a penalty against Thomasville. Let's see.
Well, it certainly looks that way. They're backing up. Well, Trace was able to be right there and make the hit, but before that, it was almost picked off. So it must be a holding penalty. It's going to be 1st and 20. Back to Thomasville 40 with 44 seconds left in the half. Leith fires it, and it's complete again. Once again, he hits Nelson, and he's out of bounds, stops the clock at the 47. Now, the Bulldogs have to be careful. We've seen so many times over the years in this situation, with only seconds to go in the half, you throw a pick six.
Yeah.
And the whole complexion of the game changes.
Especially when you're throwing it in the flat out there like that. 4
wideouts for the Bulldogs. And here's a pass out in the flat, and it is almost picked off, and that would have been a pick six.
Yeah, the receiver fell down, and the ball was hanging up there in the air. And you're right. If Trey Shaw could have hauled that one in, he had no defender anywhere close. So that would have been 6 for sure. That's just what we said.
That brings up 3rd and 13 at the Thomasville 47-yard line with 34 seconds on the clock. You don't want to turn over here. Although a touchdown would put Northmore down by 2 scores.
Split that cover 2 defense with Gibson.
Here's a pass. It's a floater, and it's caught at the 40-yard line by Munson. The Bulldogs have a passing game.
Yes, they do. I tell you, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the quarterback.
25 seconds left, and the Bulldogs pulling out all stops.
And the offensive line has done a good job in passing situations to protect Leith and give him time. I'm surprised you haven't pulled out the Donnybrook yet.
I thought about it a moment ago. I did think about it. That's something that maybe we need to do.
Oh, Tommy.
Yes.
Here.
Oh.
Water, Jess. Is there a water there? Okay. Thank you, Jess.
So thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, Jess.
Now the Bulldogs ready with 2 wideouts to the right, 2 split to the left. The pass. It's caught by Gibson. He dodges 2, but the second one got him with 18 seconds left.
Thompson going to take their timeout. And I tell you, that was a great catch by Gibson, a one-handed lead catch there.
Timeout on the court. Let's go down. On the field. Let's go down to Jesse. Leith's in the pistol. 2 wideouts to each side. Leith to pass. Fires it. Complete. Inside the 20-yard line goes Nelson once again. He's been the go-to guy.
Yeah, that's, again, a beautiful throw, Tommy, by Leith. He took a shot. He gets up limping. I mean, he is shaken up. Let's hope he's going to be able to finish this ball game. He does not look good, but he delivered a nice pass, and the receiver got out of bounds to stop the clock. Thomasville's within striking distance now.
8 seconds on the clock. Lead back to pass. He fires that deep in the end zone. Almost picked off. 2 seconds on the clock.
He was looking for Gibson, Tommy, a little flag route there, had him in the corner, but he just couldn't get enough oomph behind it, and that ball almost picked off as it was thrown short by Trey Shaw. Well, we've got time for one play.
Up from the Northmore defense, hold back the Bulldogs. Leith in the pistol, looking downfield, plenty of time, fires it deep into the end zone, and it is incomplete. And we go to halftime with the Bulldogs leading 14-13. What a game. We'll have Coach Bryant coming in here in just a second.
Give him a popcorn. Sit here. See the clock counting down. About 11 minutes.
Well, we go to halftime with the Bulldogs leading 14-13. Somewhat of a Donnybrook here at Coach Watts Stadium. With me now is Coach Roger. Roger, what's your take? This is about what I think you expected.
Yeah, you and I had talked earlier today about this game, and suspected that it'd be a little trouble with Northmore, the kind of offense they run. And they're real physical and so forth. They kept the ball a good bit. What's been surprising to me is Northmore's defense on the run has been very good. Now, they're a little spotty on their pass defense. I mean, we've thrown the ball around a little bit and completed some here late, but it's been an interesting game, to say the least. Just watching these two teams, the two styles and so forth.
Well, they've been, but they haven't broken completely yet. The Bulldogs coming out, trying to get on the perimeter, but like you say, Northmore has come up and played them pretty good. Thomasville being a very quick team. But on the pass plays, they have come up and broke up some passes and almost picked off a couple. One would have been a pick six. But the outcome of this game is still in question because Northmore gets the ball coming out the second half. And if they can get another lead and maybe make Thomasville give up one possession, who knows what will happen here.
Yeah, it's interesting because we have not been able to get anything on the perimeter. and I didn't expect that. I expected that we'd get the ball on the perimeter and get some grass between. But North Moore has surprised me on how well they tackle. They have made a lot of what you call a shoestring or ankle tackle. They've tackled Gibson a couple times out there and just chopped him down like wheat, and on a couple of plays. And then they reached up and threw a pass and caught us flat-footed back there. They've run the ball so much in that wing T tight formation. They just up in there real tight, and when they do release somebody for a pass, he caught us with not being ready for it and got a touchdown on us. So it's this game here can go either way. It just depends on who plays the best here, and these teams are going to talk at halftime here.
Well, when you face a team like North Moore that has kind of a razzle-dazzle action in that backfield up close, and you can't get a good look at who's got the ball, is it not the best approach to try to read your blocks on defense?
Yeah, you can't see who's getting the ball a lot, so you got to read the keys. One of the problems, it's so different. You can't hardly practice against it, and you don't see it all year, so you don't get any used to it. So my experience has been that you got to anchor down almost like goal line defense. So in other words, the guy's right in the A gap beside the center. That's a key part of defending this offense, because you got to fix it with the big fullback. When he runs the ball, gets nothing. So the only way to do that is you almost have to submarine your lineman in there to nullify him, and then the linebackers, the walk players, and everybody's got to play inside out on the keys, because it happens so fast. When he don't get the ball, you got to eliminate him. If you can eliminate him, you can play better. And you cannot let a receiver, one of those tight ends, release up the field and not see him. That's a killer.
The Bulldogs have such breakaway speed and athletes in their skill positions. You get the ball to a number of people that can get going in a heartbeat.
Now, Tom, I have not noticed our extra point kicker. Is he not here? I mean, our little extra point kicker, the last two games, he hasn't been here. So we're missing a weapon for extra points. We're having to go for two or stuff, I think. So that could play a big part in this ball game going ahead is the extra points. They missed theirs, and that's the reason we're sitting here. Also, now we got a little drizzle going. It's raining out there right now. Of course, this field's pretty dry. It can handle a lot. But it's going to be interesting, especially if North Moore gets that football, gets a drive going. Thomasville's got to get down the punt.
I was a little surprised that North Moore didn't go to their big back, Joseph Dunn, number 33 more. He's a 6-foot senior, and he's a power back. But it surprised me a little bit, too, with Atkinson running the ball from his quarterback position. And it shocked everybody when he threw the pass.
Yeah.
And his his receiver,
they got to play, Tom.
Murray was wide open.
They got to play. It's a double. It's a little inside reverse. They take the ball and they hand it to the back, the little wing back, and he tosses it to the other wing back. And they run, and it all happens right in behind the line of scrimmage there. And it's bang, bang. Quarterback gets it. He hands it to one, and he flips it to the other back, come back across, and that has hurt us about 3 times in this half, getting 7 or 8 yards with it. So that's another thing that they did. Have a little crisscross in there, they call it.
Well, if you just joined us, the Bulldogs are leading by 14-13. It's been a real Donnybrook of a game first half. The contrast of styles, Bulldogs with quick athletes on the perimeter and the edge, and a quarterback and a stable of receivers able to execute the pass plays. And on the other side of the line of scrimmage, you've got North Moore with that power formation, a real tight single wing T formation, and diversions in the backfield, a lot of razzle-dazzle in the backfield. It's been quite an entertaining game.
It's always, we talked about this earlier today. What do you call this offense? I'm not sure what third coach calls it. He may call it a wing T, and we use that term, but really it's not. It's a double wing, tight double wing is what it is. Because a wing T really is a T formation with a fullback and a halfback and a wing back, and they don't have that formation back. It's quarterback, and these other backs are right behind the line of scrimmage there. So it's like a double wing.
Yeah, it kind of looks to me like an abbreviated wing tee.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Just jammed up together. I mean, it's a mixed bag there. It's entertaining to watch, and Central Davidson does that, and I think East Davidson is starting to show some of that, and it's a good power formation. A lot of diversion, backfield, a little bit kind of in a way reminds me of some single wing action. Except the ball going to the quarterback.
The thing that's the backs are close, real close, and the linemen have no splits. They're actually, in a normal football team, the linemen between the guard and the tackle, tight end may get a 1.5 to 2 foot splits. They have no splits. They are shoe to shoe. So it is very, very different. It's easy to overrun the football when it starts wide. It starts wide a little bit. You overrun it.
Well, we've got just a couple minutes left in the halftime. We'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll have the kickoff of the second half. Got the red dot? Okay, we're about to start the second half here. Both teams come to the sidelines. Bulldogs leading 14-13. Been a very entertaining first half. And Miles, I think you're right. We can declare this a Donnybrook.
Boy, I tell you, this is a good ball game. Just a extra point, keeping the two teams apart right now. And Gibson, Tommy, for Thomasville has 2 touchdowns, one by ground, one by a long touchdown pass. And Murray's got 2 touchdowns for the Mustangs, one by run. And uncharacteristically, they threw a long touchdown pass themselves, didn't they?
Yeah, there wasn't no better than 20 yards.
No.
Just fooled everybody.
Yep. It's going to be interesting to see in the second half because the rain is really coming down hard now. You can see it coming down through the lights. And they'll play this thing as long as we don't get any lightning, won't they?
Exactly. I talked to Coach, got a message from Coach Atkinson. Talked to him before the ball game, and he says he's old school. We're going to play the game.
Yeah, okay. I like it.
I like to hear that.
Yeah, this is how it should be played right here. This is football.
So back deep is Micah Morrison, one of the best running backs on this Northmore team, and Bulldogs ready to kick it from left to right, dressed out in a red uniform, red helmets, white block tee. One hop drop by Morrison, picked back up. Now he's picking his way through the run back across the 30, 35, and down to the 37-yard line before he's tripped up. He's a crafty runner.
He is a crafty runner. Powerful, got some speed to him. Now, let me ask you a question. In this kind of weather,
well, now
does the game favor Northmore a little more, that type of offense that team run, maybe?
Well, that's what you got to wonder, because one thing, the field has been very dry. So I don't know how much water it'll take for it to get slippery. But Northmore is going to bunch up anyway in that double tight formation, and they handed off the first back through. And Miles, I'm telling you, it's a gain of about at least 6 yards on that carry.
They haven't given the ball to Dunn a lot tonight, but when they have, he's been very effective. He's probably gaining 6-7 yards a carry.
Yeah, and that's a 7-yard gain, and it's a quick hitter, straight up the gut. And then they'll, Atkinson will fake his handoffs to these other backs. Morrison and Murray are the two dangerous backs back there that can go wide. This is Morrison, and he's going to be stopped for no gain. Thomasville did a good job stacking up that defensive line. Yeah,
Brunson was back there to haul him down, but that line clogged the hole there.
One thing the tackles do on both sides, even if the ball's going away, they chop block a lot. They go down the ankles, they dive down on that defense. 3rd and 3 from the 45-yard line of Northmore. And here's a handoff to that big guy, Miles, number 33 up the middle is done. And he's got the first down.
You noticed before the ball was handed off to Dunn that time, Atkinson bobbled at it. It looked like he had trouble with the snap
Yes,
again.
did.
The weather might be starting to have a little bit of effect.
Now the ball is in Thomasville territory at the 48-yard line. Northmore working right to left in their Kelly green helmet, white jersey and pants. Green numbers. The handoff goes straight up the gut again, and this time the Bulldogs do a good job stacking him up for no gain. The guy making that stop on the bottom of the pile was Shaka Oliver.
Thomasville, Tommy, will be flagged. They were offsides. Defense was offside, so that'll be first and 5, first and 4. How many times you see that?
That's not very often.
No.
So it's first and 4. The tight formation once again. This time it's a wing T look. And they hand it off of the left tackle position. And that's going to be a first down. They gave it to Murray. He's the guy that caught that long touchdown pass. Northmore methodically trying to move the ball down the field. They're down to the 37-yard line of the Bulldogs now, trailing 14-13. They missed the extra point.
That could loom big.
Yeah, oh yeah. This time that very tight wing T. This time Morrison takes it, tried to bubble to the outside, and he's being slung back. Forward progress gave him about 2 yards. He's second and 8.
Grover Buchanan got him, and he couldn't get away from big number 5 for the Bulldogs.
No, he couldn't. That puts the ball down the 35-yard line. Very entertaining game regardless of who wins, simply because of contrast of styles.
Yes.
And this is what we expected. Second and 8. Northmore with the ball, trailing by 1 point. Ball at the 35-yard line of the Bulldogs, and they give it to their big running back, Dunn. So it's going to be 3rd and 5. Northmore in 4-down territory. We'll see what they call. You'll notice that Atkins goes over the sidelines on every play.
He does. Yes, he does. I tell you, I wouldn't surprise me now to see that little potential pass play again. Maybe not here, but...
Well, this time you got Murray lined up on the near side. This time it's quarterback keeper, and he's got the first down, Miles.
Sure does.
Play.
Yep.
They sent Murray in motion, then the quarterback Whirlybird around like he's going to toss sweep it to him, and just kept it and run off tackle on the left side and picked up that first down to the 24-yard line. I tell you, this offense, I think, is I'm beginning to be sold on it for a team that doesn't have a lot of quickness.
It's keeping the defense off balance. It's keeping me off balance up here, trying to figure out who's got the football.
It's a fumble, and I
think
believe the
Thomasville's
Bulldogs
got it.
probably have it.
They do have it coming out with it.
Yep.
Tommy's number 8, I think.
Yep. So the Bulldogs,
Number 9.
like I said before, it's hard for a high school team to drive the length of a football field without turning the ball over or giving it up.
Dante Smith with the fumble recovery.
Well, the Bulldogs come out with a 1-point lead. Would like to make a 2-possession game.
That's number 9, Miles.
It was number 9, Dante Smith.
Well, the Bulldogs now are next up with the possessions at their own 23-yard line. Leith under center. Pitches on toss sweep to the near side. And turning that corner is Munson, and Miles, the Northmore had a chance to have him, but one of the players on defense, that was Nick Dyer, just couldn't get a hold of him.
Well, Brunson used the stiff arm to kind of ward him off as Dyer came in for the tackle.
He played it but tried to tackle inside out, and it didn't work on these speedy Bulldogs. 1st and 10 at the Bulldog 34-yard line, working left to right. One step back, that's Gibson. No, they toss it over. This time, they tried to strip him of the ball, but that was McNear on the carry.
He's going to lose a couple yards.
The 2nd and 11. You know, the thing is, North Moore's played a good defensive game on controlling Thomasville on the perimeter and on the edge. However, all it takes is one mistake for a team with Thomasville's speed.
Yep.
Leaf back to pass, fires it, and it's complete. And that's going to be a 1st down. Pass complete to Xavier Gibson. 1st and 10, Thomasville at the 44-yard line.
Thomasville almost perfect in their passing game tonight.
Wing T formation, working left to right. Munson on the sweep, and he's dodging tacklers. And Northmore's found out what it's like to go against a team, such crafty runners. The Bulldogs, we've said this for 2 years. I've said this for 2 years. I'll take responsibility for saying this. Been covering Thomasville football for about 30 years, and that includes 8 championship teams. But last year and this year, I don't think I've ever seen as many skilled, quick players as I've seen in the last 2 years.
Yeah, no, there's no question.
So it's a matter of time that the Bulldogs get another state championship, hopefully, because you can't allow these type players not to go deep in the playoffs. And this year, with the conference they've got, they should go sweep the slate in the conference. This is a good football group and a good defensive play that time. Devontae Gibson was caught for a big loss back at the 41-yard line, between 3rd and 13.
Jaden Hussey on the tackle. Jaden needs to be careful out there celebrating. He'll get a personal foul penalty.
I expect to see the Bulldogs throw the ball. They've been successful at it for the most part. And like I said, they got a kid, a quarterback that can throw, he can run.
Yeah.
They got receivers.
They got an offensive line that can protect.
Yeah, I mean, they've got it all. They got size. Just great athletes on this team. Here's Lee back to pass, and he'll find somebody out there. But I think it's picked up.
Yeah, it's Hussey.
It certainly is. Just like that, North Moore gets the ball back on the turnover.
Yeah, he was looking for Brunson out in the flat, just kind of floated it out there, and Hussey was in a great defensive position, picked it off.
4:12 on the clock. North Moore takes over in Thomasville territory. North Moore working right to left, comes in that tight formation once again. The handoff. It's almost like crossbuck action in the backfield over the left side. Gets out inside the 45-yard line. North Moore relies on Morrison. Also Murray on those his wing positions to get big plays. But this time he's going to hand it to the big guy, number 33, Miles. And that, of course, is Joseph Dunn. He's a 6-foot senior. He's a power back. It'll be 3rd and 2. And North Moore is in 4-down territory. Hope you're enjoying this game on Pro Team Sports, Facebook, and YouTube. And also Vimeo.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
I mean, we got, it's amazing how many hits we got. There's a quarterback keeper again, and Miles, he's got that first down again. You just never know who's going to get the ball.
No, you don't. I mean, and Atkinson, that little spin keeper, and it's a first down. Again, North Moore moving the chains.
Yeah, and you know, Atkinson, Brady Atkinson, he is not hesitating. When he keeps that ball, he knows where he's going.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
going right now. On the camera for you is Landon Bryant.
Landon's done a good job tonight. We appreciate Landon coming
appreciate
in.
him coming up. He's helped out a lot. Ron Freeman out. Landon's stepping in. We got Ron Freeman, I think, listening to the broadcast, keeping in touch with us. Quarterback keeper.
Oh, boy.
Boy, what a defensive play. I mean, there's a little bit of celebrating there.
That was a monster hit, wasn't it?
It certainly was. And that
Smith.
was number 9.
Yeah, Dante.
Dante Smith. He's a senior. I'm going to see if I can see if we can get some weights on this roster. But it's 2nd down and 10, and that's something an offense like this don't need, is a dead play.
No.
Atkinson this time hands off. It's a reverse. They handed it to Morrison, and then he handed it back on a reverse to Murray.
That one's worked well for them tonight. That's been a good play for the Mustangs.
It has, and that makes it 3rd and 2. The ball now is resting on the Bulldog 27-yard line. Bulldogs leading 7-6 with a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. North Moore to the line of scrimmage. And the rain's still coming down. And they hand it to the big fella again, and
It's the first.
once again, Dunn got a first down. They just keep pounding at that interior line of the Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs are stacked in there, but they're vulnerable to that pass, you know. Murray slips out there like he did before. He's 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Easy touchdown. Almost too easy. Sometimes a guy will drop a ball that easy.
Yeah, oh yeah. Those are the hardest to catch.
Up to the line of scrimmage comes Atkinson. And we've got a false start, I do believe. And I think that was Morrison who moved.
They're going to say Thomasville was offsides.
Oh, really? Well, they certainly do.
Wow.
That brings the ball down to the 19, makes it 1st down and 5.
I don't know if the Mustangs will get another play off here. They're just going to let this clock run out in the 3rd.
Could we end up with a overtime game here?
There's potential.
Well, that's the end of the 3rd quarter. We go to the 4th quarter. The Bulldogs leading 14-13. We have a Donnybrook as we go down to Jesse Tate. Jess? I can't wait to watch this game, Miles, on Facebook, YouTube, and so forth. See how Landon did on his first video of a ball game.
Yeah.
You know, he may end up like the Heathmeister. You know, he got pretty good on that machine, and you know, he could have had a job at Channel 61 in Greensboro with a camera.
Yeah.
They wanted to train him up, and so he chose to be a butcher instead. Me There's nothing wrong with that.
The Heathmeister was good. I tell you, the one that was good. I haven't seen in a while. And that's old Vince Steele.
Yeah,
Now,
Vince.
he looked like ESPN, didn't he?
Yeah, ESPN. He was as good. In fact, he came up and videoed a Gifford College when they had the final 16, if you recall.
Yes, I do. I do remember
Sweet
that.
16 in basketball. He and Jesse Tate both. They did such a good job on the camera. We had 2 cameras and made it look like a 4-camera shoot that the Old Dominion Athletic Conference commissioner came up and wanted to know how many
we
cameras
did it, yeah.
and how we did it.
Magic. It's magic.
Atkinson now, the ball hits behind him and he falls on it. Big break for the Bulldogs.
Yes.
He went to that shotgun formation and made a big slip up of that. Ball could be getting wet.
Yeah, the rain's still coming down. We'll have to ask Jesse what the field conditions are. I don't see him down there. I'm trying to find him.
That's going to be 2nd and 11. So the Bulldogs still protecting a 1-point lead. Now you have to think about maybe field goal if Northmore gets close enough. An empty backfield now. Now they shovel it over to Morrison, and he only gets about a yard, Miles. So Thomasville defense stepping that up on this ankle-to-ankle offense by Northmore.
And Northmore might be in the situation now where they're really going to have to throw the football.
Yeah, they may have to think about passing. It's 3rd and 10. See what kind of razzle-dazzle they try to come up with. Bulldogs dig in on defense. The secondary tightens up. High snap. Morrison is caught, and he's going to be thrown for a huge loss back to the 30. Bulldogs defense come up big that time. Brings up 4th and about 14 yards.
I'm not so sure they were not setting that play up for a pass. They were going to let Morrison throw that football. Thomasville's defense was back there to shut him down. He had a couple receivers open downfield. We'll see if they go back to that.
Well, we're going to have a timeout now on the field with 10:06 left. Bulldogs leading 14-13. But Northmore has the ball deep in Thomasville territory, but they have a 4th and almost 15 yards to go.
Yeah, it's a tough 4th down, and they're not in field goal range, so they're going to have to go for it here. And again, you talked about the difficulties when you're a running football team of driving a long distance down the field without making a mistake or miscue. On 1st and 10, where the ball is now, they had that high snap, bad snap, and that has stalled this drive. That was the play, right?
Well, we said before that it's hard for a high school team to run the ball this much up and down the football field and score without a mistake happening or turning the ball over. And Northmore is learning that. Now they got on the board twice, but to miss extra point and the 1 point down in the 4th quarter. Facing 4th and very long. They got to get down to about the 14-yard line for a 1st down, and they're back at the 29. So a lot of real estate. It's like 4th down and High Point. And they're going to go to a shotgun formation, Miles, which almost telegraphs a pass.
Thomasville's offside.
Went to a hard count, I believe. Thomasville jumped off sides. Here comes the quarterback. He's got the 1st down, Miles. Or did he stop? He stopped a foot short.
Did he? He did. That's stopped on downs. There is no flag. Thomasville did not give flag. I thought they were going to get called for offsides. They didn't, and he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, and he could have got that 1st down.
Yeah, oh boy.
It was like a foot away from it. I thought he might score. Just took the football and took off running around the left end. Nobody there. But the Bulldogs somehow get the ball back. I do believe he could have got that 1st down. I think he thought he'd mistaken where the marker was or something.
I think maybe the chain crew, the guy dropped the stick as he was running over there, and maybe he lost his bearings a little bit.
Bulldogs have it 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line and run up the middle, and that's nothing. Well, they're going to give him a yard or two.
Hold on to the football.
So 2nd and 8 for the Bulldogs. Well, you can't afford a turnover down here. The team that runs the ball the way this team does from Northmore. 2nd and 8, working right to left from the 17-yard line of the Bulldogs. One wide out to the near side. In motion goes Munson. And he circles the backfield, and he's able to get away from people.
Still on his feet.
Amazing to me. They can't get him down. And he ends up picking up about 5 yards on the play, and it could have been a 3-yard loss.
Yep, nice job. Good positive yardage. Manageable 3rd down situation here for Thomasville.
You know, we talk about these superior athletes that the Bulldogs have. And they're if you get them out in the open space, they're hard to bring down.
Oh, yes.
It's tough on these defenses to try to hold this Bulldog team now. He's back to pass. He fires it, and it's picked off, Miles, at the 26-yard line. Northmore comes up with a big turnover.
Yeah, they went to the flat, Tommy, and Northmore comes in with a big pick, 2nd turnover for Thomasville here in this game, and I thought they were going to run that football. Didn't think they were going to throw it out in the flat like that. He hung it up, and it was an easy pick.
Let's go down quickly to Jesse. Jess. 8:31 to go in the game. Bulldogs lead by 1 point. Northmore, 1st and 10 on the near hash at the 26-yard line. Now, what up again in that, this time it's not a wing T formation. It's a rugby formation of some sort. They hand it off to Dunn, straight up the middle.
Wow.
Still on his feet. He plows his way down to the 17-yard line, Miles.
Leaves him with a, 2nd and 1. You got a lot of options here.
Yeah, but I got a feeling this option is to hand it back to him and get a 1st down.
I tell you who's been quiet, and that's been Morrison, number 22. Haven't heard a lot from him in the 2nd half.
They've been doing a lot of faking to him.
They have. Maybe they're setting it up here.
Also, you got Murray, number 1, that's dangerous. Nobody in the backfield again. They had it that big Dunn again, and I believe he's got the 1st down.
Yeah, he's at the 15. They'll move the chains.
Thomas, we got a player down.
One of those big offensive linemen. Who is that? Is that
Rumble Murray comes up to help that big defensive lineman up.
62,
Bulldogs.
Joseph Bella. He's going to stay in the ball game.
Yeah, he's smarting a little bit. And Murray, one of the wing players for Northmore, came out and picked him up.
Good sportsmanship.
Oh, yes. 1st and 10 from the Thomasville 15-yard line. This time the handoff goes to Murray. And he picks up 2. It's going to be 2nd and 8. The ball's down to the 13-yard line. Well, now they move it to the 12. And Miles, you got to wonder if
Your field
they
goal
may
range.
consider a field goal.
They're in field goal range now.
The rain keeps coming down here at Cushwell Stadium. It's 2nd and 7 from about the 13-yard line of the Bulldogs. This time they give it off.
He fumbled it. He fumbled the
The
football.
Bulldogs get the ball back again. Morrison fumbled it, trying to get that extra yard. Wow. that comes with 6 minutes and 13 seconds to go. Let's go down to Jesse. Jess?
Yeah, Tommy Miles, that was good defense by the Dogs. They was able to strip the ball from him and get the ball back. You got 6 minutes and 19 seconds left in this quarter. Look, I'll work it down the field bit by bit and then let the time run out and try to get it in the end zone. Back to you guys.
It's 1st and 10 from about the 8-yard line of the wrong come the Bulldogs. And they get it to that quick guy. That's Gibson. And boy, he was wiggling his way out of there. Picked up about 7 yards. We'll say a second and a short 3.
He was one tackle away from making that a 92-yard touchdown run.
Well, he is dangerous.
He really is.
This time pistol formation for Leith. And they get it to Brunson, and he's stacked up behind the line of scrimmage. They were waiting on that play.
They sure were. Host of white jerseys back there.
Yeah, Quentin had nowhere to go. It's going to be 3rd down and 4. This is a big 3rd down for this defense of North Moore. Their whole chances in this game might ride on this 3rd down play right here.
Very well could.
Pistol formation. They'll hand it off to the deep back, and he's got that 1st down out to the 20.
Got it by 2 yards. That's a good chain mover there. Thomasville can continue to burn time off his clock.
4:56 to go in the game. Bulldogs lead 14-13. You know, a lot of people I talked to thought the Bulldogs might come in here and have a running clock, you know, and run this team off the field.
Hasn't been that way
with all the quick players, but they haven't seen North Moore play in the style of play, and they're very difficult to work with. You don't see this all year long. Just their offense. Bulldogs very fortunate to pick up some turnovers. Here's a pitch, comes to Gibson on that speed sweep around from right to left.
Only got 1.
Picks up 1 yard. It's going to be 2nd and 9 from the 21-yard line of the Bulldogs. Bulldogs desperately need a 1st down. Keep that ball away from North Moore with 3:54 to go. So it's a clock game now, Miles.
It absolutely is. A couple of 1st downs, you can ice this thing out.
Yeah, talked about that victory formation. And this time, North Moore swarms that backfield. It's going to be a loss back to the 20. So it's going to be 3rd and 10. Now timeout on the field. And Jesse, at this point, do you think about throwing the ball, take a chance of a turnover, or just try maybe hit the edge and hope you can get that 1st down, run the clock out?
3rd and 10, I'll make sure I put it in Gibson's hand and see what he can make, because he's a playmaker. And but you want to get a 1st down to keep the clock going. Either you can try to score or let the time run out because they up 1. But this is a big down for Thomasville because we need this 1st.
Now they've got a double-edged sword here in Zavon Gibson and Nelson. Those 2 guys right there have been go-to players for the pass play. Now, if you're North Moore, you're going to try to blitz. You know, you got to be careful what you do, because this Thomasville team possesses some very, very good weapons. 2 wideouts to the wide side of the field. 1 split to the boundary, working right to left from the 20-yard line. Leaf back to pass. He fires it, and it's complete. But I don't think he got enough of the 1st down.
No, he fell down, Tommy, at the 26-yard line. It'll be 4th. Thomas will have to punt it.
Well, you would think so. But then again, will they fake the punt or run it?
They'll punt it here. But let me say, if you're North Moore, do you take a chance here and risk a penalty, or do you set up for return? The weather's not that good. You got to have a perfect snapping kick. Do you take a chance here and go after this thing?
I don't think I go after it.
Okay,
I think I'm going to play. I'm going to play football. I'm going to get that ball wherever I can get it and hope I can make some big plays.
Let my running game get it in the end zone for me.
I don't want to give a chance of Thomasville getting a roughing the kicker penalty, and then that's the game.
Yep.
At least if you get the ball back, you
got a chance.
The thing you got to worry about is Thomasville's so unpredictable. They're liable to run the ball. Remember at West Davidson, there with the game on the line, they went for it and didn't make it on fourth on a punt. That was last year, and the end result was West Davidson beat Thomasville for the first time in 29 years. Now, Gibson, Denarius Gibson is back to punt it, but he might run it. But he
That's
punts.
a beautiful punt.
Yeah, and North Moore's going to let it roll, and Bulldogs downed it before it got finished rolling. It could roll some more, but they downed it at the 34-yard line. So with 3:26, at this point, I think it's do or die for North Moore.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if North Moore's got all their timeouts left or two, but they've got a little ways to go here, Tommy, and they've got to at least get in field goal range, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're working for shotgun.
I'm surprised.
I am so surprised.
It's like they want the big strike.
No, they jumped off sides.
That's a false start against North Moore. So they'll have 1st and 15 back at the 29-yard line.
We'll
it
take
doesn't look good for them. With 3:20 left.
We'll take that.
Now North Moore is only down 1 point.
Yes.
And they have been all in Bulldog territory, but that defense is going to look good for the Bulldogs. Now they're going to wad up. And Thomasville holds them right to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, good defense there by Thomasville. Quarterback tried to keep that one, and there was no room there.
It's 2nd and 14 again. They faked a sweep coming from the opposite wing over, almost like a speed sweep, if you will, and tried to run it up the middle, and Bulldogs defense stopped that immediately. That's almost a war of attrition on the line of scrimmage. Back in the shotgun is Atkinson, and he threw an interception. It's going to be maybe a pick six. Down inside the 5, and it is a pick six for the Bulldogs.
Great pick by Quentin Brunson. They floated it out in the corner, Tommy, in the flat. Brunson picked it off, and it's 36-yard return for TD.
That'll do it.
Yeah, that'll do it. Icing on the cake.
And the thing is, Miles, when you force a team to do what they don't want to do,
Yep.
they're only trailing by 1 point, and they had a offense that sometimes they could make a pretty big play, but they went to the pass play, and it's all over but the singing, I believe, now. Bulldogs now will go for the extra point. We'll see if they're going to muddle huddle or not. I think they are. I think they're going to just kick the extra point.
If they go for two, if they get two here, it's a
They're
two.
going for two.
Well, yeah, it's a 2-score game if they make this, so they'll put the game away for sure with a 2-point conversion.
Well, here's a pass. The guy wide open in the end zone.
Yeah.
That was easy pickings. So with that, with 2:31 to go, the Bulldogs take a 22-13 lead.
As Dandy Don used to say, turn out the lights, the party's over.
Miles, I think we can almost predict that the Bulldogs will run the table in their conference once they get into conference play.
We'll find out starting next week because it starts.
Yeah, just looking at the schedule, the team I think that might give Thomasville the biggest game will be West Davidson.
Well, West Davidson, that comes up in 2 weeks, so we'll find out. It's at Wheatmore next week for Thomasville.
Wheatmore, that'll be an easy game for Thomasville. Wheatmore, that might be a running clock game.
We saw South Davidson beat Wheatmore earlier
they
this
could have
year.
beat them by 2 or 3 more touchdowns.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So now the Bulldogs will kick off right to left. 2:31 to go. The Bulldogs lead 22-13. But it has been a great ball game. But it's only, and we almost saw a pick six the other way.
Yeah, we did, absolutely. The only scoring in the second half has been that interception return for TD.
Yeah.
That's it.
I feel certain the Bulldogs will have a playoff game at home. And here's a kick that's booted and picked up. Morrison had no running room there at all. Good defense by the Bulldogs. I think North Moore is going to have a good season. I really do.
Well, they were a playoff team last year, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. Went 3 rounds in the playoffs, and I think they will this time. Now, they lost some players from last year, but this is a well-coached team. They don't. I don't think they have nearly the skilled athletes that the Bulldogs have. But look how they're coached. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
Just a little split screen with a little skinny post run, and it's first down.
A couple scores coming in, Tommy. South Davidson won tonight 49-8. I think they're undefeated still, aren't they?
Yes, they're undefeated, and that may be a record for their school.
Boy, there's a great one over in Lexington and late in the fourth quarter. Randleman and the Yellow Jackets going at it. Randleman up by 2, 21-19.
There's some termites in this one.
Yeah, I saw them crawl. They were looking for your dog, for the Cushwa dog.
There's another football team called the Termites. I'll make sure they don't get in the computer here. Don't take those buggers off. Well, we got timeout on the field. 2:01 left. Bulldogs lead 22-13. It's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line of North Moore. Tomorrow, Miles and me will be at Guilford College for Hampton Sydney. The kickoff's at 1 o'clock on the Guilford Quaker Sports Network. Flow Sports Network.
Come on out and say hello.
Yep. And Atkinson back to pass. He fires it. Incomplete. He's trying to hit Murray. And we'll see, Miles is getting election time. I'm running for city council, and I'm trying to be the first person in history to ever win a seat without spending $1 or putting a sign up in the yard.
Okay, we're getting
Should be
close.
interesting. If I get in there, I'm going to see if we can get a new school built and do some good things for the school and see if we can bring a few jobs back to Thomasville. Atkinson rolling to his right, being chased. He fires it.
Oh, beautiful
pick.
That was beautiful by Gibson. Are they going to say touch the ground?
I believe I picked that one. I'd want to see a replay on that one.
Wow, that was a great attempt anyway. They're going to say it was incomplete.
He is a pure athlete, buddy. I'm going to tell you that.
Yeah, if I lived here in Thomasville, Tommy, you'd have my vote for sure. I've known you for a long time. I know the character you have. So
most of my friends live outside the city, but that's okay. It's fun just to see what will happen and put my name in the hat. And we'll see. Bulldogs playing the cover 2. pass across the middle. It is complete.
Wow.
Tell you what, this guy's a hard runner. Where's he been all ball game? That was number 20, I believe, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Blake Pennington.
Pennington. He fought hard for that first down, didn't he?
Sure did. They wanted to try to make the game closer. But time's running out. Back in the shotgun now. He's throwing it deep. Just caution to the wind's what he's doing now. The Bulldogs are playing so much cushion and so deep it's hard to throw it past them. And there's only 1:25 left in the game. I believe their best shot is maybe one of those halfback passes.
Yeah.
Maybe a double reverse pass back to the quarterback, lateral, hooking lateral to number 2. Or the old Georgia bounce pass. That was always fun to watch. And here's a pass.
That was a pick. That is.
That one is big.
Oh, no, he dropped it.
You would think a 22-13 score with 1:20 left, there wouldn't be much of a game left.
Right.
But this is fun.
Well, the Mustangs aren't giving up, are they?
No.
We got all kind of bugs up here.
It is, I'm telling you. Well, we appreciate everybody listening in today, and hope you enjoy the video presentation we'll put up this weekend. 2 wideouts to the right side. Axes him back to pass. He's going to keep it, Miles. Still on his feet, but shy of that first down. It's going to be 4th and 1 or 2, depending on where they spot it. Well, the fans here have enjoyed the game.
They've stuck around despite the rain.
That's going to be 4th and about 4. Atkinson running the ball. He's got the first down.
He fumbled it. They stripped the ball from him.
Well, let's see. Sure did. Northmore's turned that ball over, what, 5 times now?
Yeah, that's in the second half. A lot of turnovers. Coming away with it, Tommy, was number 9 for Thomasville. That was Smith.
47 seconds left. The Bulldogs will put the air out of this one. We get down one final time to Jesse Tate. Jess. Jesse's on his way up here, so.
Yeah, that was good defensive play. They was able to get that ball and fumble. So all we got to do is take a knee and head it to the house.
Well, Miles, I think next week the Bulldogs will pull 500 against Wheatmore.
Yep.
They'll be 3-3, and it'll be a whole new season, conference play, and now the Bulldogs in victory formation. I want to congratulate Coach George and his fine staff for coming up with a victory, and we've got a flag, and I believe that's going to be against the Bulldogs. Sportsmanlike.
They're going to mark it off against the Mustangs. The Mustangs, Tommy, will go to 3-3, and they start their conference play next week against Jordan Matthews.
Well, and they will beat Jordan Matthews. So they'll be 1-0 in their conference. Bulldogs now going that victory formation again. All you got to do is just take a knee. There you go.
That's it.
Time will clean it up. Be about one more snap. And that'll do it. Well, I want to congratulate Coach George and his fine staff pulling off a great victory here. The Bulldogs 2-3 on the season, and look forward to next week and Wheatmore.
Tee it up at Wheatmore.
Yep. Well, for Roger Bryant, Jesse Tate, Landon Bryant, Miles Poole, I'm Tommy Bryant. Have a great rest of the weekend, everyone.
Help us get everything bagged up to the car and we'll go.